So, a lot of people ask me, how do I turn my primary home into a rental? So, super easy, not that hard. It sounds a little scary, but if you're interested in getting into the landlord game, I am your girl. So, I've done this multiple times. So, I'm going to share with you the tips on what you should look out for when you're changing your primary into a rental property. So, one, you need to understand your local laws. Are you allowed to rent your primary property out? Are the zoning regulations landlord tenant friendly? You need to know the legal requirements, and it's crucial to ensure they are compliant. Okay. Number two, consult your financial advisor. There are many tax benefits to having a rental property. So, but there's also taxes and tons of other things you need to know about. So, talk to your financial advisor. Then you need to make all the necessary repairs. You need to make sure your home is in good condition. When you move out, you probably need to paint it, replace some carpet, consider some upgrades that will increase your rental appeal and your value. And for me personally, I also put things like smart cameras in the homes and Nest like thermostats, because those are things that I can ensure that the property is safe, and I get allow the tenant to have access to these things. I do not watch the cameras. It's all for them, but it ensures that my property stays safe. And a lot of times a thermostat will alert us when there's a problem with the air conditioning or the heat. So those are things that I do to my homes to make them rental friendly and more appealing. Also, you need to determine your rent. Research local rental markets, have your agent look up rent prices on the MLS. You can also use something called rentcast.io. It's a tool that I use to look at local rents in the area. And then you're going to want to market your property. You can use companies like Zillow. You can use a property manager. They will screen the tenants for you. And then you need to get your finances in order. I'm not an attorney, but I would consider using a property manager if you don't have experience being a landlord, and also making sure that you set the home up in an LLC. The great thing about this is once you rent the property, you now, as long as you can buy without selling that property, you now own another property, and you don't have to change the mortgage. You don't have to refinance it. You can leave that mortgage on the property, rent your property out, and then get the tax benefits or possible cash flow from that property. And now you buy another property. But you want to make sure before you rent out your primary residence that you can buy another property, or you need to go rent somewhere. So it might not be advantageous for you to do this. A lot of attorneys will tell you to set up an LLC just specifically for that property so that you don't assume all the liability and risk personally if something were to happen on the property. But a very important thing you need to remember is you then need to change the homeowner's insurance on the property. So once you move out, you need to put a renter type policy, a landlord policy on the home. And I always make sure that my renters also get a contents or renter's policy. In a condo or townhome, sometimes it's called an HO6 policy. So that ensures that if they do something to the property, that they also have insurance to cover something dramatic like a flood or something, or fire, something that happens within the property itself. So these are my tips. If you have any questions about doing this yourself, or you're interested in becoming a landlord, I have lots of experience in this realm, and I would be happy to discuss with you and see if we can't help you move in that direction.